All right, how's everybody doing? Um, so as you can see by the sticker I got in the mail and Jim Silva's video, I completed the Jim Silva challenge, and so this is it's been a while since most of this was done in September. All of this was done in September. But I've been a little bit behind the 8 ball here lately. My mother fell and broke her arm right near the top of her shoulder. And hurt her legs pretty bad too. So that's gotten me, I've been a little bit out of stuff. So everything's okay now, but I wanted to just say that's why I haven't really updated or communicated much. So, yeah, anyway, I got this. It's going to be another one for the War Wagon. And it's going to get to the point where I'm going to have to find some more space on the wagon or get a bigger one. I really do need a bigger wagon. I've got over 300-something cars, so I really do need a bigger one because I've got a. If you've ever seen that Rock meme where the Rock with that enormous hip bag, I've actually got one of those bags full of Gaslands and a rolling tote from Harbor Freight, and another one that's got half of the terrain that I've made, not including the 4x6 vinyl mat that's in a big cardboard tube. So, yeah, I'm a little obsessed. But anyway, wanted to go over everything, and again, I wanted, if you're not following Jim Silva's channel, please go check out his channel and watch him, because he does some honestly some awesome work. And so this is one of the first ones that I did. I saw this little cutesy little car he put in there, and it's like, it's so little adorable, and I had these little googly eyes in my supplies, and normally I use these little googly eyes to make good little like covers for like implying rockets and stuff. And this is the first time I just said, you know what, I'm just going to use them as googly eyes. So yeah, I like this one. This is called the Termite, because he's got these wooden wheels and a wooden ram, and he's small, and he's got a little machine gun. He's an adorable little car. At his size, I probably could run him as a bike with a sidecar. But yeah, could possibly say a performance car. But anyway, that one was fun to make. And then there's the dragster. The dragster, this one I still haven't came up with a name yet. But it's, heavy machine gun ram. And you got the spiked wheels, so it's probably a slime. Probably a good slime vehicle. And slime can. Idris really does the dragsters better, but slime can kind of roll with him. Along with Rusty's. Rusty's can do dragsters really well. But yeah, the engines is 2 super glue caps, and then 2 Space Marine shoulder pads to kind of build up the engine section. That's a pretty simple build, and it's something that anybody can do. Everybody's got super glue caps. So if you're wanting to build a dragster and you can't think of how to use a jet engine, make it one. That's probably the best one. And you see, I just glued it and then gap filled and did the heat weathering on it and everything. And it looks good. So I think everybody that models has some Space Marine shoulder pads laying around somewhere. So, you know, and super glue cap. So that's a pretty easy thing to do. And then there's this one's probably my second favorite. I'll get to the one that is my favorite in a minute, but this is Mjolnir. You can see he's got the targeting system and the HUD written backwards because on the inside it would be the flip version of it. So it's got the big arc lightning projector, and again, Jim Silva provided most of the parts. I did have, these are my tires that I made. It's a combination of some of a tank track file I found on Thingiverse, and then the spikes off of a Lee Perry thing. So, and then I printed them out. But now that my 3D printer is kaput, I am kind of in a bit of a I'm not sure what the word is right now. I'm tired. I've been out helping my brother, so I'm kind of a little bit exhausted. But so yeah, I really like this one. These exhausts, they look like big angel-like wings, and they kind of reminded me of the Thor's helmet in from Marvel. So yeah, that's kind of where I got the idea of calling it Mjolnir, because it's a big hammer vehicle, and yeah, Michigan vehicle, nuclear engine. Really cool vehicle though. I'm really happy with it. And this is Sloppy Joe. This is some dollar store rockets, and but everything else is, other than the figures, is from the stuff Jim Silva gave me. You can see here, there's different colors. There's gray, there's red, there's the wooden trailer, there's like a off purple and a blue. I mean, there's different colors, but it's all, I made it purposely faded and rusted and very a jalopy. That's where I came up with the name Sloppy Joe. And it really reminds me of these little factory electric Cushmans. And most of those usually are three-wheelers, but I mean, it's small, open trailer and everything. So this is one of those vehicles. It has no safety at all, just some ropes to hang on to, and hope you don't get bounced out. I have the ladies driving here. Try to see if we can keep it in focus here, so it's a little bit easier for everybody to see. But you got the RC car bomb and everything. And the funny thing is this was supposed to be like a futuristic looking truck, but now it does look like it's just an old truck held together by rope and prayer. And, got the guy back here getting the RC car bomb ready, and there's a propane tank to kick out and also cause some havoc. So yeah, probably run this as a Vernie build, just so I can use the propane tank as like a napalm dropper and RC car bombs. That way I can drop both at the same time, and use the rockets as straight up firepower. And then there's 99 Problems. Yeah, I got that from the song. But I like this one. This one I made more to be more slick as a truck. This is a Maxine kind of truck, So it's made to turn and slide and bring those big guns to bear. And got the spoiler off of this one, and so then I added the armor plate at the back here, and yeah, it's this is pretty cool. It's basically like a Cadillac Escalade, but souped up and ready to kick butt on the wastelands. And you got the crew in there. And any truck has 3 crew, but you can only really see the front two. The other guy's kind of chilling in the back with his legs crossed. And I keep forgetting I really should take photos of these things before I glue them in so people can actually see the crew. But and then we got Ram Hopper. Ram Hopper is just basically a good plain buggy with a mortar and napalm dropper. So yeah, it didn't have, since I took the spoiler off of it, I had plenty of space for the mortar, and add these Native American crew. So I put them in there. So this is, you imagine this one's out in like Navajo lands and stuff, bouncing around, and I think that would be pretty cool. So I do like this the ram imagery here, and so this is a good one for any sponsor, really. You pretty much fit this one into any kind of sponsor for the game. And then there's Big Red's War Tabby, and I had a cat named Big Red. He was about 15-pound ginger cat that had no common sense. But, you know, I think this looks better than doing as just like a black cat like the original casting was, or doing a straight up tiger or something like, or a leopard or anything. Having this giant fuzzy tabby, basically a angry Garfield wired into the car. So you can see here he's got the wire connector so he doesn't fall out. And then he's got the little napalm dropper at the back, and tank tracks, and ram. But that's probably actually an old slick dropper, I should say. But and then the gun up here, I'm running that as a Magnum, just so it's got like the 360-degree firing. So, and of course, you know, I love my cat. I have 3 of them, so obviously I love cats. Yeah, that was, again, a fun one. And then we got the El Matador. This one is probably the one I did the most conversion work out of. And it's got the construction vehicles bucket here. I wanted to use the entire vehicle, but I couldn't. The tracks are a little too small for the vehicles I wanted to use. So I've still got them for other projects, but I did like the bucket and making the ram, and the little spikes is just, you know, toothpicks, and so then the rest of it came from what I got from Jim Silva. Left the wheels alone. They look nice and basic for this is a Warden vehicle, so nothing too fancy except for the big side posts and everything. And so big mean bully, that's kind of where I got the idea for the El Matador, and plus the bull skull. So, and there's no doors on it, so again, it's a vehicle that can't be escaped if it's going to blow up. So that fits the Warden theme. But this one here is my favorite one. This is American Punk, and the original Swoop Coupe Tampos is perfect for Gaslands. So the spikes and the skull dude and all of that looks so good. Don't need to, you know, don't fix what ain't broke. But what was broke was the roof. And originally I was going to just chop the roof off and make it into a convertible. And that didn't work. First off, the original casting, the roof was messed up. So, but anyway, I chopped the roof off, and there's no interior in this vehicle. So, making it into a convertible wasn't, I could have done it, but it would have been really time consuming. And at the time I just enjoyed making so many. And, so, what I did was I took, the metal from coffee tin lids, and then I rebuilt the roof. So all of this is coffee tin lid that I folded and sanded, glued, let it cure, and then just basically layer by layer, I rebuilt the entire roof of the Hot Wheels car, and then sanded it smooth. And yeah, I mean, I did put the little armor plates at the top and then the rocket launcher, but it's unless you had the actual casting beside you, I don't think you could tell too well that that's just glue, sandpaper, and the metal off of the coffee tin lid. The skulls are these like Terminator skulls, and so what I thought would be real cool was to give them like the mohawks to match the tampos. So that was basically, these are just little pieces of rubber band, and the rubber band, you know, is very flexible, so you can just glue that to the little skulls, and then, you know, I just cut them to form mohawks. And so that's got this punk rock build to it, and this is a, you know, slime vehicle. It's got the front ram, side ram, and rockets, and old slick dropper at the back. Pricey, but you know, it's a good all-around vehicle. And this one here, again, I'm still not really sure what I'm gonna call this one. I've got like the dragon tampos. You know, it was an L art decal, but I guess you call them tampos now since they're on a Hot Wheels car. But I still kind of, and I love the gold. I love the dragon I put on there. It looks so cool, and the turret looks great and everything. So this is, you know, bazooka, old stick dropper, and basically causing lots of hazards on your opponent. So I'm thinking this is probably a it could be a Miyazaki, or it could be a really good Maxine vehicle too. Schadenfreude. I'm probably mispronouncing that. But that's a great perk, by the way, in this game. So I don't know if the timeline fits, but I did think about maybe calling it the Imagine Dragon. But I don't think that band was around in the early 2000s, or in the Gaslands timeline, because of the branching timelines and everything from our world. But I also thought about maybe looking up some of the D&D dragons, see what their name is. I know there's Thimberchild, but that's kind of a hard name to remember and write down. And then there's this one. This was the Dune Daddy casting that Jim sent me, and so it's got magnetize, so I can go that way, and I can also go that way. And doesn't quite turn enough to say it's a turret. I mean, I could, you know, feasibly call it a turret. But yeah, I like how this one turned out too. Got a guy hanging out with the bow. I didn't have a name for this one when I did send the pictures in. I'm leaning towards now calling it the Door Knocker, because it's got the big cannon on the top, you know, for a buggy. That's a big gun for a buggy. So, and the term door knocker comes from an anime I used to watch way back, back in the day. It was things called Pumpkin Scissors. And I haven't seen much of that anime in ages, but that's where I got the idea of calling it that. So that's the door knocker. And then I had my own Dune Daddy casting, so I made it a friend. So this is the back burner. This has got the rear mounted flamethrower and the oil droppers. Basically, you know, there's a strategy of running these two vehicles in a way so that one's causing problems. Let's get these in photo. One causes the problems, creates hazards. This one lights things on fire, and the hazards keep it burning. And if it wants to go around, it'll have to go through oil. So, at least that's the mind's eyes strategy for these two. But yeah, I really like these castings. Really easy to add crew, and then you can see the crew inside them. So it's a lot more rewarding with these. You can actually see our drivers in there. So I like putting crew in here. There's crew in this one here. And so you can see through the glass a bit there. So I mean, that's always been one of my rules, is if you can really see in the vehicle, you gotta put crew in there. And so that's what I do. So that's the cars for the Jim Silva challenge. And this is running 20 minutes long. I do have more cars to show, but I'm going to break this up into 2 separate videos because I did more cars than just this for the month of September. I also did the car of the month for Gaslands UK. And then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did 15 other builds for this month. So with that in mind, yeah, I got a teensy, just a teensy bit crazy this month. So October, I'm planning on rolling back a bit. I've got to cut back a little bit. I'm going to focus on the Gaslands UK. The next theme is the number 8. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But I like it. We'll figure something out for that one. And I might do a couple fun cars just to see what I can come up with. But I think I'm going to have to condense my insanity some, at least a little bit, just a smidge, because all these builds are I did in basically 4 weeks, yeah. And like I said, that video will be coming soon. I have some Hot Wheels cars to crack open and do that kind of video. So I've got content coming. And if you like what I do, I always appreciate the likes, the shares, the subscribes. All of that's great. And you're always free to comment. And I read every comment. And if you want to support me and my insanity, I have an Etsy store called King of Cats Crafts, and feel free to check that out too. And some of these cars might show up there. I don't know if I'm going to put the Jim Silva cars up, any of them, but I do have other cars that will be coming up soon. The holiday season's coming, so I'm going to try to stock the store up a little bit. But, so yeah, if you get the chance, I'd appreciate you checking out the Etsy store. Other than that, thank you again. Take care, be safe, and goodbye.